Building upon the various ways in which frauds are done to make you part with your hard-earned money, today we are going to talk about how the con man builds up a case for you to invest your money in a franchisee and how that proposal looks so very attractive and you'll end up parting with your money never to see it again. Today let's look at how the franchisee mode or the offering of franchisees to you can result in you losing your money forever. Hi, my name is Harshvardhan Davar and I'm the founder director of Wealth Café, where we help you make smart money decisions. And one of the ways you can make a smart money decision is by protecting yourself or by avoiding being a victim of the numerous number of frauds that happen today, wherein more than ever you have to be extremely alert today, where you have so many people trying to pry on your money and to defraud of your hard-earned money. Today I'm going to talk to you about a friend of mine who receives a call from an XYZ person who says that he is the franchise manager of Kalyan Jewellers and he would like to offer a franchisee to my friend who is a businessman, a well-known businessman in his area. And they start talking about, well, the call seems pretty genuine and they start talking about the terms and conditions. He tells my friend that you need to transfer an amount of 50,000 to my account, and that is what is called as a franchisee lock fees, that once you pay us that money, we will lock out your area as a franchisee and we will not offer Kalyan Jewellers to anybody else in this area. And once you've done that, then the next is you need to give us a fee of 15 lakh, which is a one-time fee for giving the franchisee to you. And then they go about discussing other terms and conditions of what is the kind of investment expected and the kind of returns which he can get as an investor. Well, he heard out the franchise manager who told him all these terms, and then he receives a mail from him asking him to transfer the money to his account. So this friend of mine calls me and asks me that this is what I plan to do, this is what the discussions I have, do you see a red flag? I told him, why don't you forward the email to me and let me see the email, and then I can tell you on if there is anything wrong with what all you've discussed over the phone. Well, let's have a look at the email and let me run you through the email to help you understand how you can identify these fraudsters, especially when you are getting into a financial transaction with them. If you look at this email, you will see that this email has come from support@kalyanjeweller.ltd. This was the first red flag on the email that I saw. Now, why was this a red flag? It is Kalyan Jewellers, right? But if you were to do a simple Google search of Kalyan Jewellers, you will find that their original website is listed on kalyanjewellers.net, whereas this email has come from support@kalyanjeweller.ltd. So although he's not used a generic Gmail ID, he's used a Kalyan Jeweller specific ID, which is a very smart thing which this con man has done. But the two mistakes that we see here is that he's used the word Kalyan Jeweller. There is a spelling mistake in Jeweller. And second, it is not Kalyan Jewellers, it is Kalyan Jeweller. And instead of the original site kalyanjewellers.net, this email comes from another site called kalyanjeweller.ltd. If you were to go and check the website kalyanjeweller.ltd, you will find that they have replicated the homepage of kalyanjewellers.net, which is the original website, but they have done a pretty shoddy job there, because apart from copy pasting the homepage as it is, there are a lot of mistakes in it which you can identify, and you click on any of the pages or links, you will find that there is no content on it, there is no data in it, and it is a fake website, it is a fraudulent website, and this is made just to make you believe that this is a mail come from Kalyan Jewellers, and that makes you kind of converse with them to actually listen to and agree to what they say. So not only is there a red flag in the email, there is also a red flag in the website, which supposedly is a website of Kalyan Jewellers. In addition to that, when you come down, what you see is that the email is pretty unprofessional in terms of where he says that we found your location and it is best suitable for our franchisee. And then he ends the sentence by saying that we estimate your sales to skyrocket. Right, this is pretty funny. I actually laughed when I read this, that they write that we estimate your sales to skyrocket, and this should have raised another red flag to him that no professional agency is going to write this in the email. Similarly, when you come down, if you see, he asks us kindly register with us by paying 49,500. Now the reason they ask you to pay 49,500 is typically transactions below 50k are the ones that go through without too much of a scrutiny, especially if they are cash transactions. So that's why they have given a franchisee fee of 49,500 instead of a rounded number of 50,000. This was another red flag. And they go on to say that once you are registered, we won't accept applications from your area, and so that becomes a compelling reason for the friend of mine to actually transfer the money to them so that he's able to lock out the franchisee in his area. If you see the accepted payment mode, it says UPI, that is PhonePe, GPay, Paytm, and then /NEFT/internet banking. So this again is another red flag, that why would they write NEFT/internet banking? I mean, NEFT is a mode of transport, internet banking is a way you transfer the money, right? So it should be NEFT/RTGS. So the people who've done this, written this entire mail, they are educated to a certain extent, but you can see and identify all these flaws in these emails, which should raise a red flag to you when you are dealing with such people. And if you see below that, they've shared the bank details, which was one reason which my friend thought that he is dealing with genuine people, because the bank details shared were Kalyan Jewellers, the account number is given, IFSC code is given, branch name and bank name was given. It was IDFC First Bank, and the IFSC code was of at Thrissur, Kerala, and we know that Kalyan Jewellers is based in the south. So he thought that this is a pretty genuine bank details and he should go ahead and transfer the money so that he can block the franchisee. What you must understand as a user is that when you transfer your money to anybody online, although you mention the name of the user, the banking system works as that they transfer the money as a combination of the account number and the IFSC code. So when I transfer the money from, say, my HDFC bank to somebody's ICICI bank, as long as the account number and the IFSC code are correct, as a combination of these two, the money will get transferred to the recipient, right? The bank never checks the account's name that you have mentioned when doing the transfer and what is the account name in the recipient bank's account, right? Because the name check never happens, what these fraudsters have done is, while the money is being transferred in the name of Kalyan Jewellers, which is what it appears in the bank account, the account is actually owned by an individual who is the con man who's taking the money and not Kalyan Jewellers. So if you look at this email, some things appear genuine in terms of the conman having done the efforts of, one, showing the account name as Kalyan Jewellers rather than their personal name. Second, showing the branch in Thrissur, Kerala, which is the actual headquarters of Kalyan Jewellers. And third, sending the email from a Kalyan Jewellers specific site instead of sending it from a Gmail account. While they've done these efforts to make it look genuine, there are a lot of loopholes that we've discussed where all of those red flags are enough for you to understand that you're talking to the wrong people and this is definitely not a genuine transaction. Obviously, based on the advice which I gave him, what he did next day was raised a complaint with the nearby police station, and as they investigated, they realized that the bank account is in the name of an individual and not in the name of Kalyan Jewellers. And when they shared the numbers and talked to them by acting as another customer interested, what they realized was these guys were people who had left Kalyan Jewellers. They were ex-employees of Kalyan Jewellers, because of which they understood how these franchises are given out. They knew the modus operandi of the original Kalyan Jewellers, and they were using that to make you part with your hard-earned money. And when the police complaint was done, we realized that there were some other people who had also made complaints. They had not only parted with the 50,000 or 49,500 of franchisee fee, they also had parted with the 15 lakhs, which was the next tranche to get a confirmation for the franchisee in the area, right? Now, one thing you must understand is whenever you're doing any financial transaction, nothing beats something called as common sense. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your brain open, and do not fall for these transactions. Anybody who is offering you returns which is too good to be true, trust me, it is too good to be true. There is no concept of you making money where you have high returns with low risk exposure for you as an individual. That product never existed in the market and it will never be available ever, right? So anywhere you find a transaction which is too good to be true, please be aware, keep your ears, eyes and brain open, and if you're not sure of any transaction, do not go ahead and do the transaction. consult somebody around you, your financial advisor, your chartered accountant, so that they can do a double check before you do a transaction. Do not blindly have faith in what somebody is told you. Well, if you faced similar frauds or if you have any interesting story to tell us, do leave your comments below or write to us at iplan@wealthcafe.in.